Hello everyone, Mike Arend here, founder of Infinite Success Academy, author of the book You're the One, An Adventure into Truth, and The Soul Mechanic. I don't think I mentioned it before, but I hope you please forgive the fact that I'm the shade on my face because I'm wearing a hat. But the sun is intense here. This is still fairly early morning, and Panama is only 6 degrees off the equator where we are here. So the sun is intense. Like if you're out for 15 minutes with no shirt on, you're getting a burn. And you know, I'm starting to get acclimatized, but it takes a while. Anyway, the last time we talked about thoughts. And I want to kind of continue that a little bit with a little bit of expansion. And, you know, our thoughts are, we all have thoughts, and it's because we're creators. We came to this earth to create things. And that's what our spirits are and what they do. We're here to be on our own journey, and we're creators just as we are when we're living in the outer realm versus the realm of physical reality here on earth. So since we're creators, we try to create things, and we do that with our thoughts. But what happens is, and it happens to all of us, it happens to me as much as anyone else, is that we compartmentalize our thoughts to think certain ways. So sometimes that's through our upbringing, the programs that run in our mind, in our subconscious mind, that we've been exposed to as children or as young adults, or even as we continue forth through life with our peers, our co-workers, and other people we know. What we're exposed to, we start to think about. You know that. It's the old saying where you're most like the 5 people that you always hang around with the most, because you're getting their thoughts. You're starting to think the way they do, which may or may not be a good thing. Now, we do this automatically because our mind is wired to, it's a very primordial essence of us, and it's trying to keep us safe. So we're keeping things compartmentalized and safe. But unfortunately then our thoughts, they build up like prison cells within us. And we stay in with those cells, and we don't want to venture anywhere out of them, because those compartmentalized cells gives us a false sense of safety and a sense of feeling like, I actually know something. I know this to be true. That is my reality. So therefore, you feel more safe. You feel a sense of self-esteem. Ego kicks in, wants to keep you there. But really, what is thoughts compared to wisdom? Because thoughts are not wisdom. Thoughts are supposed to be used for creation, not for keeping us in this little prison cell. So wisdom is a much more broader spectrum that comes into play when you stop thinking all those thoughts you always keep thinking. So, you know, living here, I'm not living here in Panama yet, maybe one day. Right now, I'm staying here in Panama since I left Canada. You know, I flew on a beautiful airplane, got meals, stayed at a beautiful hotel, that drove 5 hours to come to here where I am now, rented a wonderful car, staying in a beautiful beachfront place that happens to be owned by a friend of mine. And yesterday, we went out on a 4-hour discovery boat cruise of the whole area, actually. I got to do some snorkeling. We're basically within 6 inches of touching, you know, porpoises as they were right beside our boat. We had a lovely lunch, and, you know, I've experienced more abundance in this trip than probably half the people on this earth will ever experience. That's about 3.5 to 4 billion people, if you're keeping count, that I have just on this little trip. I've experienced more abundance than they have or ever will. So to think even about that, and how that comes to thoughts of more wisdom about us, who we are, because those thoughts of who we are not who we are, right? So I talked about being angry in my last video. Is that who I really am? Was I that angry man? No. Am I that sad man? Am I that bored man? Am I any of those? No. None of us ever are those people. That is not who we are. It is an emotion we're feeling at the time. And we are, as human beings, we are emotional beings, and that serves us in such a way that we can experience all these great things on earth through our emotions. Because we can't do that when we're in spiritual form. But we can do it when we're in human form, and that's why we come here, to experience all that. It's so rich, it's so enlightening. But yet we start to think, this is bad, I don't feel good, I want to feel happy, I want to feel good. Well, you know, we are feeling good by experiencing all this. And it's not always nice things that happen to us, but that's the way it goes. Some days, it's supposed to rain, right? We have to grow with that. And, you know, when you're starting to feel bored, because even with the abundance I just spoke about, on that little boat trip we had, and just coming here to Panama, I'm laying in the chaise chair in the back lawn sometimes, and I'm starting to feel a little antsy, a little bit bored. I should be doing something. But I am doing something, even just by sitting there and thinking creative thoughts. I'm doing something. I don't have to feel that I should always be doing something all the time, but we're accustomed to that, especially as North Americans and Europeans and a lot of the Western developed societies. We're supposed to be doing something all the time. So even when we're bored, we're not supposed to feel bored. So I better get up, I better grab a magazine, I better turn on the TV, I better binge watch on Netflix, I better surf the net, find out more information about something I've been wanting to know about. You know, none of these things are bad things if taken in small doses. You know, we've all done it. I've done it too. I'm just the same as anyone else watching this video. But, you know, that boredom is okay. We should be allowed to feel bored. I remember as a child, you know, growing up in the late 60s, that, you know, my parents, when I was bored, it was, well, okay, kid, you're bored. Find something to do. You know, those were the things you had to do, and there was nothing to stimulate me, like TV or, well, I guess there was TV, but you weren't allowed to watch it during the day, that's for sure. But there was no internet, all those stuff, or access to magazines even. So it was a lot different world then. So I wasn't allowed to do any of those things. So I had to figure out how to feel. And after a while, because I felt bored, I came to realize that that's okay. I can feel bored sometimes. I actually felt who I was underneath that boredom. And therein lies the crux. How do you feel underneath all those emotions that we're feeling? Whether it's anger, sadness, happiness, boredom, doesn't matter what it is. If you can, just for a moment, think of yourself as an underlying layer underneath those emotions. These emotions are here, they're at the surface, they're on us, we're feeling them. Sometimes we feel them in our extremities, in the way, sensations in our body, but it's not who we are. So if you can think about that just for a moment, and when that happens to you, just relax. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes if you can. Do that right now. Take a deep breath and close your eyes. Unless you're driving a car or something. You shouldn't be watching this video anyway. Or doing something dangerous, please don't close your eyes. But take a deep breath. Feel your body. Feel your extremities, your heart, your lungs. Feel the soul within you. That is who you are. That is not who your emotions are. So every time you have those emotions, which is nothing wrong with having, you're supposed to have it. It helps us learn, helps us experience, helps us be on this journey. However, you are not them. No matter what that emotion is, you are not it. You are that spiritual being beneath that. But you're here to experience all those. So experience them, damn it. Take them all in. Suck them all in. Take it for what it's worth. Whether you think they're good or bad, it doesn't matter. That's only a perspective. Because really, they're all good, aren't they? Because everything we've experienced brought us to where we are right now in this present moment. You've been listening to the Soul Mechanic. And I'm so happy to bring this information to you today from the lovely beaches of Panama. Wishing you happiness, love, and abundance. Now and always. Bye for now.